So why not milk? What's wrong with milk? Everyone drinks it. It's a beautiful white colour. It's healthy for you. It's full of calcium. It's going to make you big and strong. It's what your mother gave you to go to school with. It's what you're going to give your kids when they are babies. And we continue drinking it into adulthood. So there can't be anything wrong with it at all, can there? Well, there is. The first thing wrong with it is that it's totally unnatural for a human to drink milk in adulthood. We are the only mammal on earth that drinks another mammal's milk. Why would we drink a cow's milk? We're not cows. We are humans. We drink human milk until we're old enough to stop drinking it, and we are then weaned and we eat food, adult food. But for some reason, the industry has made it a normal practice for us to drink milk. And with the milk comes all the other products, all the cheeses and the yogurts and everything else that you make with your milk. And this has become a huge industry. Everyone is using milk for everything, and everyone needs milk for everything. So now the industry has managed to produce a product that no one can live without. And no one questions. It's an everyday occurrence. We have it on our cereal, we have it in our tea, we make things with it, we put cheese on everything, pizzas, toast, every meal you can imagine, you sprinkle a bit of cheese on. So it's a very usable product. And the problem is that it comes at a cost, and you never hear about the cost of producing all this milk. Something's got to produce it. It's not a natural product for us to have. So we use cows, and we use them by, first of all, getting yourself a female cow. We forcibly impregnate her. It's not a natural experience for her. She will have a man's arm probably going right inside her, and then a rod placed through with a sperm on to artificially inseminate her. A totally undignified and painful experience, and completely not natural. Having impregnated her, she will then carry that young for 9 months, like a human would, and give birth to a male or female calf. Now, in order to obviously extract this milk from the cow, we need to make sure she's lactating, and she'll only lactate when she has a young. The trouble is, when she has her young, the young would normally suckle from this mother. But if the calf suckles from the mother, there's no milk for us, so we have to get rid of the young. And we do that with 2 ways. We either kill the male calf immediately, or we take the male calf off as a byproduct and use that male calf to then become veal. Unfortunately, if it's a female calf, she will then be used in the dairy industry exactly as her mother has done. So having stolen the calf from the mother, we then have to keep the milk going, and we give her hormones and feed her as much as possible to get the most amount of milk from her. Having done that, when she gets to the end where she's no longer lactating, she will go through the cycle again of being forcibly impregnated by the same method. And it's called, in the industry, a rape rack. And that is exactly what is happening to her. It is not a natural thing. She has been forcibly made pregnant, forcibly made to have young, to then have them stolen from her. And this cycle will continue until she is no longer able to produce sufficient milk for the milk and dairy industry. And at that point, she's considered to be spent, and she will be sent to the slaughterhouse, the same as the beef cattle go to the slaughterhouse, and she will be killed. So you might think to yourself, well, these cows are looked after well, they're treated beautifully, they have a wonderful life. Well, they don't. How can you have a wonderful life when you are forcibly impregnated time and time again, your calves are stolen from you, and then you are forcibly milked constantly throughout the day in order to produce the most amount of milk possible for humans to consume? It's not a good process. It's not a healthy process, and the cow is not a healthy cow. So what is in her goes through to her milk, rather like it would do a human. And when you force a cow to have hormones and antibiotics and things like that, this all goes into the milk supply that we're drinking. More often than not, we see these cows with huge udders that are infected with mastitis. And if any mother out there knows, when you have mastitis in your breast, it's a really painful experience. And these poor cows are walking around with these oversized mastitis-filled teats and udders, just so that we can get the most amount of milk production out of them. So then you look at your milk in your fridge and you think, well, that's a beautiful white colour. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, there is. Not only have you got the infection that was in the cow within the milk, it's actually legal to have in 1 teaspoonful of milk 2 million pus cells. That's pus cells legally allowed in your milk that you're drinking. Healthy? I don't think so. So we've got two things here. We've got an unhealthy animal who's living a cruel and horrible life, and you've got a product that is equally unhealthy, but it's produced in a way and sold in a way that it's doing you good. We keep getting told we need milk, you need milk as a child to grow strong, you need it for your bones, etc. It all lies. It's a lie, perpetual lie, to make you buy a product that is giving the industry millions and millions and millions of pounds a year. And that is all it's doing. So when you look in your supermarket and you go onto the shelf where you're going to buy your milk, your dairy, your cheese, etc., think, 1, how does that milk come about? Cruelty towards the cow, cruelty towards the calf. 2, what is it doing to your health? You're drinking pus. As simple as that. So if I had a choice between going to the cruelty-free option of going for a plant-based milk, and there are numerous options out there. You've got your almond milk, cashew nut milk, coconut milk, hemp milk, soya milk, the list goes on. Or you can choose the cruelty option that's full of pus and the animal has been put through excruciating pain first. Which one would you choose? And just think about it. Is your milk and dairy product worth all that pain and suffering of that animal? And if it isn't, then make the change to a plant-based diet and cut out your milk and dairy.